Welcome back to the Adams County Fair. I'm Ken Smith. This is one of our Adams County Fair highlights, and right now we're at the Tom White Motorsports Complex, and this is brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar. We're here to talk to Jacob with, well, I'm not sure you're actually with the Diamond J Rodeo Company, but you're certainly involved, right?
I am involved. I guess if we're being, literal, my neighbor's involved. He's a rodeo clown. He's a professional rodeo clown. His name's Showtime. He looks right like me, but he ain't Amish. And people get us confused all the time. You know what I mean? It's a situation. But I am going to be part of the show.
You'll be here performing, I guess, right?
Well, you have to come out and see what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
8 o'clock is when the rodeo starts. They got bucking horses and bucking bulls, and my neighbor Showtime's a rodeo clown boy, and he comes out there and, hey, and dances around, and I usually just hide in the back and, eat deep-fried Oreos, but I might sneak out as part of the show.
Now, surely to goodness, you're going to ride one of these animals, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
Well, why not?
I like milking cows, not riding them. You know what I mean? I like milk, but I don't. These things are. You want to see them?
Yeah, let's take a look at the animals. By the way, we do want to make sure we mention the sponsors. Our segment brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar, but also there are some sponsors for the rodeo this evening. Tadlock Trailer Sales, also Cantrell Oil Company, another one of the sponsors, Osmond Trucking, as well as Farmer Stockyard in Flemingsburg, Kentucky. They're all part of the folks making this event possible here tonight at the Adams County Fair, the rodeo. So, Jacob, let's take a look at these animals.
Okay.
Show us around.
Follow me. Right back through here. Got some bucking bulls right here. Nah, the cowboys are going to ride these tonight. I ain't going to mess with them. They look big and scary to me. Actually, they look pretty tame now.
Well, they kind of look serious.
Well, they do like their job. Hold it, my theme song's playing. Somebody must know I'm here. Get out, this is my music.
You like this one?
This is my jam. It's Amish Paradise.
Yes, right. Weird Al Yankovic.
I don't know who sings it, I just know it's my jam.
It's Weird Al Yankovic, and I don't know how well our viewers can hear it, but that's what's playing. So what else, Jacob, do we have here to show around today?
Well, we got the bucking horses back here. So these are the bucking horses. We got the calves. These are for the roping events. We got some more bulls over here. More bulls. This isn't all the livestock. We got some more coming a little later. But it's going to be a good time. If you've never seen a rodeo live before, I'll tell you what, you need to come out here.
So is it a competition, by the way? Are people competing to win something?
Absolutely. So this is what they call a sanctioned rodeo. So it ain't just a bunch of, Jim Bob down the road showing up. These cowboys and cowgirls, they travel all over the country, and they're competing for big money to try and make it to the finals. So they don't get to pick what they get on. It's a random draw. They got good bucking bulls, good bucking horses, good cowboys, good cowgirls. I almost forgot, barrel racing. So if you like pretty ladies on fast horses, you can see that tonight too.
So when we're back to the riding the bulls and the horses, they're trying to stay on for, what is it, 8 seconds?
8 seconds. Now, it ain't like these other sports. You don't get paid if you fall off. You don't just show up and say, oh, my toe hurts, I'm going to sit on the bench. It ain't like LeBron James, you know what I mean? They got to ride the bull to make money. So if you stay on for 8 seconds, well, then they give you a score. If you fall off at 7.9, you get a big old 0, and they, hey, thanks for coming. See you at the next one.
Now, can anybody sign up to be involved in the rodeo?
Well, not necessarily. We wouldn't recommend that. You should probably go and learn what you're doing first, because this is the real deal. Now, you have to call in ahead of time. Every rodeo is slightly different, but there's what they call an entry process. Usually, a week before, you got to call in or do it on the internet if you got that. You know what I mean? And then you enter the rodeo. So you can't just walk up tonight and sign up. These are the professionals doing it.
All right, but we want to encourage everybody to come out and watch, everybody compete to win tonight, right? Are they going to get a belt buckle or anything?
I'm not sure if they get a buckle tonight. I know there's a pile of money. There's a pile of added money. The buckles usually come at the end of the year. Now, some rodeos, they give a buckle out, but I don't think there's a buckle at this one. But there is a pile of money. So if you want to come out and see them compete here, and maybe you're saying, well, I've been to a rodeo, it ain't no fun. Well, maybe my neighbor Showtime wasn't the clown, and that's why you didn't have fun. You know what I mean?
That's right. They might have been at the wrong rodeo.
That's it. Hey, you're pretty good. You should be on the radio or something. You know what I mean?
I've been told that once or twice. So we do want to encourage everybody to come out, check out the rodeo tonight, 8 o'clock, right?
8 o'clock here at the Adams County Fair. If you don't know where that is, just check out on the Google machine. If you put in there Adams County Fairgrounds, and we're down here where they do the smash the cars in the demo derby.
Yeah, the Tom White Motorsports Complex.
He said it. Could have fooled me. Whatever
Yeah.
it's called, you come down here, it's going to be a good time.
You ever used a Google before?
Hey, back to you in the studio. You know what I mean?
Come on out, folks, tonight and check out the rodeo. By the way, all these Adams County Fair highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman.
Driving in a kind of fancy car. See what you got under the hood, you know what I mean? 4 horses in my buggy. I put it in the D, is that right? Oh, the horn don't work. Hey, get out the way!
Welcome back to another Adams County Fair highlight. I'm Ken Smith, and of course these highlights are being brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. We are back at the Tom White Motorsports Complex, and tonight, this is Tuesday, July 8th, tonight it is motocross racing, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
This is Norm Bickley, and Norm, you are with FastTracksRacing.com.
Yeah, that's correct. We've been business since 2004.
So all of it doing the same thing?
It's all motorsports racing. We have a facility in Nelsonville, Ohio, and we run 11 weekends up there, and then we do 19 county fairs this year.
Now, are you doing all motorcycles, or are there quads? Do you do cars?
Motorcycles and ATVs will be racing tonight.
And is that what you do back at your home base too?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so you've been doing this a while. How many classes do you guys have that'll be racing here tonight?
We offer 76 different classes with age groups. We have age groups and we have skill levels for about every rider.
Okay, and how many folks show up for something like this?
The fairs say it's one of the biggest nights of the fair. Demolition Derby sometimes tops us, but most of the time we're the biggest night of the fair.
So a lot of participants then that you anticipate will show up to race.
Oh yeah, we'll have a couple of hundred entries tonight for racing.
And what time will everything get started?
6 o'clock the race or practice will start, and then racing will start immediately after that, about 7:30.
Okay. Well, it sounds like it'll be a fun time. We are going to talk to some of the drivers, so be paying attention. We'll be showing up on your Facebook Live as we'll be doing some more interviews with some of our local drivers. Norm, is there anything in particular you want to say to get people to come out tonight?
It's just a fun, action-packed event. You know, it's always exciting at a county fair because you get to see your local heroes and people from your hometown and your neighbors and everybody else race. Plus, you get to see some hot shoes.
Now, one question that I just think of, last year when I was watching, I noticed that they're on the track a while and then they kind of go down over the hill. Is that the same this year?
No, that was not my event. My event's just out here. It's just straight on the track.
Okay, so it'll all be right here. You'll see every lap of it.
Yep, see every lap of practice and every lap of racing starting at 6 o'clock.
All right, sounds great. We want to encourage everybody to come out tonight to the Adams County Fair. Stick with us. We'll have more of these Adams County Fair highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. Welcome back to more of the Adams County Fair highlights. I'm Ken Smith, back at the Tom White Motorsports Complex. These highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. I've got a couple of our racers for tonight joining me to talk about what it is they do with this series. Now, both of you young men are going to be racing tonight, correct?
Sir, yeah.
All right, tell everybody who you are.
Brantley Belford,
And Brantley, how long have you been racing?
since I was 9.
Since you were 9, and you're what, 12 now?
Yeah. Yes,
So about 3 years, all right. And you are?
Turtle Tackett.
Turtle Tackett. And Turtle, how long you been racing?
A few years.
A Few years, all right. So I understand you had some success last year at this track, correct?
Yep.
Did you win?
I won first place.
First place. I'd call that a success. How about you?
I got third last year.
Third last year. Do you guys?
Second.
Okay. Do you race in the same class?
No. No, sir.
Different class. Now, are the classes? Is that by age?
Yes, the classes are by age.
Okay, so that's why you're in different classes then. All right. You guys feeling pretty good about tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right. What kind of bikes do you ride?
I ride a YZ85. I ride a KTM 65.
And would you say yours was a Yamaha?
A YZ85.
YZ85. Well, they look pretty impressive. Looks like a lot of fun. You do all your own mechanic work?
Yes, sir. He does it all.
Grandpa does it all. Okay. Well, that might be the better way to go right now. But as you get older, I'm sure you're going to learn to turn all those wrenches, right?
Yeah.
Grandpa's teaching you the right way to do everything?
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, good luck tonight. Thanks for showing up here for the races tonight at the Tom White Motorsports Complex, Adams County Fair, today, Tuesday, July 8th. You want to be here tonight for the races. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stick with us. We've got more Adams County Fair highlights coming up. Welcome back to another Adams County Fair highlight. I'm Ken Smith, back at the Tom White Motorsports Complex, brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. And joining me now is Braxton Hessler, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Braxton is going to be racing tonight. Now, we've already talked to some of the young folks that are going to be riding two-wheelers. You've got more wheels than that, right?
Yes, sir. I got 4.
And why race a four-wheeler versus a two-wheeler?
Sometimes it's just skill. Balance is kind of hard on a dirt bike, and 4-wheelers take a little bit more muscle to whip around.
So how long have you been racing four-wheelers?
Since I was 8, so about 4 to 5 years.
And do you race competitively on a series?
Yes, I race a national circuit, GNCC, and I race a couple series such as OXCR.
So are you leading in points or anything?
In my national series, I've broke a couple times. I'm in around 5th, I think, and in my local series, I'm winning.
All right, well, that's pretty cool. Now, I notice you've got multiple four-wheelers here, but there's only one of you. What's up with that?
Well, this one right here is my nephew's. He's going to be racing today, and I'm going to try to race 2 or 3 different classes, so I'm going to get a feel for both of them. This one's set up for motocross, and this one's set up for the woods racing, so I'm going to try to get a feel for that one. I haven't got that much seat time on it.
So this is the one you race more regularly?
Yes, this is my national bike, and that one's sometimes my local bike.
Okay. So I'm guessing that they both require a good bit of attention, though, right?
Yeah, I don't race as much motocross. That's my motocross quad, so I try to race it as much as I can, but this one gets more seat time than the other ones.
Is the setup different between the two quads?
Yes, that one has a little higher pumped up shocks for the bigger impacts on the jump, as this one's lowered down. That way you don't really hit jumps in the woods, so it just needs keep you more comfortable on it and not have less of, whenever you're going over the rocks, it wants to be stable and not moving all over the place.
Okay. So you raced here last year, is that right?
Yes, sir.
How did you do last year?
I can't quite remember, but I think I got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I think, somewhere in there.
That had to be different classes then, right?
Yes, I think I raced 3. I raced a smaller size bike, and then I raced this one.
Okay. Well, how do you think you're going to do tonight?
I have a pretty good feeling. I came down here earlier. I saw the tracks, got a pretty cool setup. So I feel comfortable. I don't know. Let's just see how I do. I feel confident.
Is track setup real important?
For me, yes. I like to have more rollers than big jumps just because my bike can get through it quicker. And I don't race motocross, so I don't have feel for big jumps. So.
And there are some big jumps tonight?
Oh, yes, there's some pretty decent-sized jumps, 30 to 40 feet at most. But, yeah, they're pretty big.
So is that going to make it exciting for the fans?
Oh, yeah, really exciting. Whenever you see the bigger quads come through, they'll be hitting them pretty hard.
Anybody in particular you want to invite or say hi to and try to get to come out and watch you tonight?
Yeah, this guy wants an autograph.
I want his autograph. I've tried and tried to get his autograph. Every post that I like of his, I ask for his autograph. So now I'm going to get his autograph right here on C103 Good Guys.
Now, that's a big deal.
It is a
That's
big deal.
You know, to have Brad White, you know,
And your number, you got to put your number on there.
the track is named after Brad's dad, so that's a pretty big deal to have Brad White want to get your autograph.
That's probably one of my first autographs ever. I'm not that famous, so.
And we caught it right here on social media for everybody to see.
Yeah, that one's kind of special, especially coming from him.
All right. Folks, come out and check it out tonight. Today is Tuesday, July 8th, and all the racing action is going to start what time?
Practice starts at 6.
All right, practice at 6, so racing starts after that, what, probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock. All right, that's what everybody's saying, 7 o'clock. So come out tonight, watch the races. It's motorsports night, right? That's,
Yes, sir.
Or autocross, I guess, is the different thing, right? So motocross tonight at the Tom White Motorsports Complex. Adams County Fair, come check it out. CC's. Now, in your class, are you racing in a class based on the bike or based on your age?
Both.
Both. Okay. So how many races have you raced so far this summer?
2, I think.
Okay, so you're still pretty new into the season.
Yeah.
Do you follow this series any?
No. We used to when I was racing 4-wheelers.
Oh, okay. So you raced 4-wheelers before you got into the 2-wheel bikes. Yeah. Okay. Why choose a 2-wheel over a 4-wheel?
Faster.
Really? So you kind of like the speed, huh?
Yeah.
How about the jumps and all that stuff?
Way better. Way smoother and stuff.
Now, have you checked out the track for tonight?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Cool.
It's got some big jumps?
Mhm.
Now, do you really go hard at the jumps, or do you kind of have to hold back a little?
Both. Maybe.
When you're practicing at home, what do you do?
Oh, full send, baby.
Full send. There you go. That sounds like you've been hanging around with Brad White some maybe at full send. You got to go all the way, put it to the floor, fast as she'll go, right?
Yeah.
Does that make mom and dad nervous?
Oh, probably.
Yeah. But you're not worried about that, right? All right. Well, have fun racing. Good luck racing.
You see out there that I had somebody scoop them up. They had the signatures on them. They have to be complete, so you can't.
So we've got
cut
some more
out
Adams County
or
Fair
undercut
highlights
the
for
wood,
you,
so
brought to you
gotta
by
cut
Crave
completely
Dairy
through.
Bar. We're in the center ring. Roger Ronimus is about to compete.
All right, Mandy, you want to kick off our first heat here?
Hey, are you guys ready?
Are these supposed to be started?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll give you a second here to start them once we get you going.
Go ahead and start your saws up.
Gentlemen, start your chainsaws.
Make sure you got
All right. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Very nice. Big round of applause. Nice job.
Welcome to another Adams County Fair highlight brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. I'm Ken Smith. Today is Wednesday, July 9th at the Adams County Fair, and tonight's the big night for the autocross down here at the Tom White Motorsports Complex. And joining me is Mark McCord, and Mark's walking around in a shirt that says Event Official. So we're going to assume that he didn't buy that at a flea market or something, and that he actually knows what's going on here tonight. So, Mark, what can you tell us about this big event?
Well, tonight about 7 o'clock, we're going to line up the different classes. We'll have, front-wheel drive classes, rear-wheel drive classes, and we'll have, the Razor classes. And these guys will compete side by side for, I think it'll probably be 4 or 5 laps. And winner goes to the winner's bracket. The other one will go to the loser's bracket, and we'll just count it down. Today is, till we crown a winner at the end of the night through all the crashes and fires and hopefully it'll be a good time.
Well, let's start with that. Carnage. That's what everybody wants to see, right?
Yep, there'll be some crashes. Last year I think we had a couple cars go over. Cars will get stuck. So you'll see all kinds of stuff out here tonight. You'll see people driving the cars in here off the street and just having a good time.
That absolutely amazes me that someone would drive their car in off the street, which brings us to the next point of safety. What kind of safety is involved in this if you're driving it here and then taking it out on the track?
Well, we check the gas tanks, make sure all the fuel systems are safe. We make sure that the batteries are safe, and that if the car does roll over, that we have plastic over top of the batteries so they don't short out. It stays pretty safe, and today's cars are pretty safe on a course like this. It's not real dangerous, but it's a good time.
And another thing that I found quite interesting, passengers are allowed?
Yes, you can, as many seat belts as is in that car or van or truck or whatever you want to drive, you can have a passenger, and they will use those. You will see many hands waving going around.
So if you're out there with a car that might be questionable as to whether it's street legal anymore, you could come out here tonight and put it on the track and win some money, right?
You could win some money. They pay in first to third. You can win some money. You can have a good time. Waved at the crowd going by.
Mark, how did you get involved in this?
I've been running demolition derbies for a really long time, and we put on the demolition derbies here at the fair, and they asked us if we would do the autocross too, which we've done several of those in other places. So it's just something we do. We love anything crashing around.
All that carnage.
Yep.
All right. Well, folks, come on out tonight and check it out. Tom White Motorsports Complex, Adams County Fair, Wednesday, July 9th. The autocross is going to start at about 7 o'clock this evening. Sounds like it's going to be a rip-roaring kind of night.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. There you go. Come see us, folks, at the Adams County Fair. We're back at the Adams County Fair with another one of our Adams County Fair highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar. Again, I am Ken Smith. Joining us this time is going to be Adams County EMS, and they've got a special new vehicle that we want to talk about. With me is Curtis Anderson and Dusty McLeese. And Curtis, we'll start with you to talk a little bit about this new mass casualty addition to your tool set.
Yeah, sure. So this is a federal asset that we received from FEMA. This has been a project that Chief McLeese and I have been working on for quite some time now. It has equipment in it for a mass casualty. So if there was something that happened where there'd be a lot of people injured, all at one time, it could be very taxing to the system itself. And up until this asset that we got, we would have had no way of treating all those patients really at one time. But now we have this asset here in Adams County, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And in the event something like that happens, we now have the ability to treat up to 100 patients at once.
And this, of course, came to you through a federal program.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So this used to sit at the Miami Township Fire Department down around Cincinnati. They had this for a while. They're actually replacing this unit, and they are going to get something comparable to this, but they had to give it to another asset. So between EMA here in Adams County and Chief McLeese, they started searching for this asset, and they found this. And when they reached out to FEMA, they said, well, this would be a great location for it because, you don't have anything like this here in Adams County. And the other thing is, too, with this is that we can take this anywhere. So it's just not an Adams County thing. We're responsible for it in the aspect of making sure it stays maintained. All the money that comes from to manage it comes from FEMA. So if we would need to, it could go to Scioto County or Brown County, Highland County, anywhere really in the United States. If it would be requested, it would have to go to it.
Okay. So let's take a look, give us a little bit of a tour so that everybody kind of understands exactly what is involved with this.
Sure. So if we look down the side here, both sides this has what we call backboards. The backboard compartments has around 100 backboards in it. There's all the supplies that go with it. There's splinting supplies, what we call bag valve masks for people that are having problems breathing. There's also some other supplies, miscellaneous supplies that we would have in these situations. But we also have all the triage equipment as well. So in those situations, we would have to classify how bad patients are, and in there we have the ability to put them in certain locations according to the treatment that they would need. And so that's all on that side as well, the other side.
Let's take a look inside and see what's in here.
This also came with this trailer. We have this 6x6 Gator. That's going to be a wonderful asset to Adams County, as we're a rural community, and we have a lot of hilly mountainside stuff like that. This is going to be a great asset to moving patients in and out of the woods or in remote areas as well.
And I'm sure it's been handy to have out here this week too at the Adams County Fair.
Used it multiple times.
Yeah, let's take a look inside. I'll go ahead and hand you this microphone.
Okay. All right, so in this particular part of the apparatus, this is what we call the command center. So the big thing that we, in a situation like this, is we have a lot of things to manage, and there's more than what we can just manage, like standing in a vehicle or at the back of a vehicle. So we have marker boards and papers and office supplies and stuff like that to really keep track of what's going on. So this would be the command center. This is where a lot of the people running the scenes would go to and make decisions in like a unified command type situation. The one thing I do want to show you guys that we have is we now have 15 ballistic vests that we are carrying in this truck. They're not completely set up, but we're starting a program in Adams County called Rescue Task Force, or you're going to hear it called RTF. The point of RTF is it's the EMS response to an active shooter situation. I'm sure everybody knows in the world that we live in, things are more and more dangerous, it seems like. So after Columbine in 1999, we really started making a push towards an EMS response to an active shooter situation. So this is Adams County's response to this, getting ready for RTF. So we've got a lot of trainings coming up starting next week. We're going to have 3 trainings for all of our full-time staff to get acquainted with the vest and the equipment that comes with this. But we have 15 of them now. We're really excited. We want to thank the Adams County Commissioners for helping us achieve all of this stuff, and we really want to thank the community here in Adams County, because without them none of this would be possible. But the big thing is that we want people to know is that we really do appreciate them putting their trust in us.
Let's talk real quick about something that I think is always on someone's mind, especially in November when it comes time to go to the ballot box. You guys obviously function off of tax dollars, and sometimes that comes back to local levies. And this did not cost or use any local tax dollars, nor will it use any local tax dollars to refill supplies and things. It is coming from tax dollars, but it's federal tax dollars. So that's nice to know. Another nice thing that I think people do not realize is that when you respond to a call, that is not going to cost that person anything for that response, correct?
Correct. So the Adams County and the state of Ohio as a whole does what they call soft billing. It is a program that is federally mandated because we are tax-based. So if we was to go to your house, we are allowed to bill your insurance company, and if they pay us something, great. If they don't, they don't. As a resident yourself, you will never receive a bill from Adams County EMS. This is put out to help out. You pay a tax levy to pay that in advance, and it really makes it nice for people who are afraid to call us to know that, hey, you're not going to have to pay some humongous bill.
Well, folks, we hope you've enjoyed this Adams County Fair highlight. We've got lots more yet to come. We're still early in the week. Halfway, I guess, maybe through the week at this point. So we've got more to come from the Tom White Motorsports Complex. Autocross is tonight. We're going to be talking to those folks. I hope you guys don't have to get involved in the autocross at all.
Sure.
Hopefully it'll all be all the fun kind of carnage that happens down there. Stick with us. We're going to have more highlights from the Adams County Fair. Brought to you by Crave. Welcome to another Adams County Fair highlight brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar. I'm Ken Smith. Joining me this time is Brad White, the son of Tom White, who this facility is named after. It's the Tom White Motorsports Complex. And this, in my opinion, is one of the coolest for sure, but also most improved parts of the fairgrounds. And Brad, I know that's thanks to, in large part, to you and your family, although I know a lot of others are involved too.
There's so many people, Kenny. Somebody had said, you need to have a
a plaque or something of everybody that was involved. And I'd hate to leave somebody out, because anytime you said, hey, we're trying to do this, hey, I want in. You know, people's wanting to help. My cousin Eric, large part of the driving force of, we can do this. I'm thinking, man, that's, you know, pretty. But, you know, it was his outside the box thinking, really that drove it home. And then we were able to get involved with the kids at school and so many people in the community, and made it happen, got it done with the crow's nest, you know. The dirt, the Fair Board has worked so hard to make this facility down here bigger. You know, it was a steep drop off from like where we're sitting now. They've expanded it. The seating was a grant that the community jumped in and helped win to buy all the boards from Adams County Lumber. And, you know, so it's just on and on and on. And they keep adding seating, they keep adding lights, they keep adding sound. And, you know, we had a phenomenal derby on Sunday night. We had a great rodeo Monday night. Tuesday night, you know, the motocross was here and people were excited for it. And tonight, we're going to try to have an autocross. It's a little bit like the motocross if you've never seen one, but except you use cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, you know, whatever. So they get out there, they race side by side. There are humps and jumps and spills and falls, and my boys are racing tonight. I'm pretty proud of that. They both got a Jeep Cherokee for a couple different classes, so be excited to watch them and get to holler their names over the PA tonight.
Well, it certainly will be a fun event. The autocross happening here tonight at the Tom White Motorsports Complex. We're going to take you on a ride and show you exactly what this track is like. By the way, racing's all going to start what time? 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. They're starting to tech cars right now through the inspection line. They'll get that done. We'll do some pre-race, have some drivers meeting and stuff for them. Once we're done with that, then the racing action starts at 7. But don't wait till 7 to get out here. Get out here, get you some fair food. You know, there's some great stuff on the ring. There's a lot of great food vendors down here at the Motorsports Complex that will take great care of you and make your belly full before we get into some live action tonight.
Well, Brad, let's take everybody for a ride. You know, Brad, I've known you all my life. I love you like a brother, but I am going to put my seatbelt on. And, you know, safety first, right?
They make sissies every day, brother.
Yeah. So let me get my seatbelt on here, and let's go for a ride.
They're going to do a rolling start, and they will be double file start, and then they'll hit this first jump. And
jump?
Yep, it's a jump. And then once they come down the backstretch, they'll come over the second jump. The third jump into the corner is where things get wild, because cars will be in the air and they'll be landing and trying to get into the corner and trying to spin it around. Of course, this is going to be muddy and wet while we're doing it. And they might be on top of each other, beside each other, up on the wall, whatever. Then they're accelerating out of the corner into a full send-it jump. So then they come down the front stretch and down and over the last hump, and then they'll make another lap. I think each heat is 10 laps, and that's for $500 tonight. So whoever comes out first, take home the money.
All right. You think we can send it once?
Yep.
I don't know who this belongs to.
Justin Ross, of course.
Woo! All right. So this is what you can come watch tonight at the Adams County Fair. Tom White Motorsports Complex. Come check it out, the autocross. All these Adams County Fair highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar. We'll have more coming up. Welcome back to another one of our Adams County Fair highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. I'm Ken Smith, back at the Tom White Motorsports Complex. You know, this particular part of the fairgrounds seems to have a personality complex. Brian Miley is joining me, and I bet he can tell us why.
Talk about truck and tractor pulling.
Well, you know, last night it was autocross, motocross the night before that, demolition derby. It just keeps changing what happens here.
Every night we got a little something different going on, except for tonight and tomorrow night we're going to be focusing on truck and tractor pulling down here.
So what time did you start this personality transformation of the track?
Well, we actually started as soon as the motocross was over with last night, worked into about 2 o'clock this morning, and was back up here about 3 o'clock this afternoon starting in again.
And it looks like it's coming along. It's gonna get there in time for everything to start tonight. What time do the tractor pulls start tonight?
We start at 7 o'clock tonight and tomorrow night both.
All right. And right here is an integral part of the tractor pull, and that's the sled. Brian, I believe you have some knowledge about this, right? What can you tell us about how the sled works?
Well, every competitor will have their choice to spot it on the track wherever they would like, and as each competitor goes down the track, this box will run up the sled or the frame rails here, and once they get so far down the track, they've actually in the cab or actually down here in between the frame rails, we can control where that pan drops and hits the ground, and that'll apply pressure, and as they go down, provide the force to stop them with, and that's basically how we say it. And each one of the blocks, you'll see the little suitcase weight up there. Each one of them weighs about 2,000 pounds.
And of course, the object of the truck and tractor pull is to make a full pull, correct?
Yes, sir, correct. And that just varies from class to class on where we wind up. I mean, we usually set the sled anymore around 310, but sometimes we'll wind up at 320, 340, somewhere around in there.
All right, well, we want to encourage everybody to come out and watch the truck and tractor pull tonight. Tonight is tractors, is that right?
No, tonight we've got 3 classes of pickup trucks, a class of semis, and a class of 10 hot farm tractors.
Okay, so there are some tractors tonight. And then what's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night will be the Battle of the Bluegrass Series coming in here. We've got some 3.0 diesel trucks coming in, light limited super stocks, which there's been some added prize money added to that class, and a work stock, and I can't remember I think there's 5 classes altogether.
So this is Thursday, July 9th. We want to invite you to come out to the Adams County Fair, check out the truck and tractor pull here tonight. It's the 10th. I'm a day behind, but it is Thursday, right? All right, Thursday, July 10th. Come check it out, folks. The truck and tractor pull at the Adams County Fair. We'll have more highlights coming up for you. Brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar. Welcome back to another Adams County Fair highlight brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar. Again, we are at the Tom White Motorsports Complex. Joining me now is Gabby Yates, and Gabby is going to be pulling tonight in the truck and tractor pull. Gabby, tell us a little bit about, well, I tell you what. First, let's start with how you got into tractor pulling.
I got into tractor pulling from my dad. He's pulled ever since he was little, so did my grandpa, so I figured got to start somewhere.
So how long have you been messing with pulling tractors?
Probably since I was 9. I started out on garden tractors and then started tug pulling some. Now I'm starting to farm stock.
So let's talk about this tractor. This is not a stock international tractor, correct? Even though it kind of looks stock, you look real close, it's not. Tell us about this tractor.
It's a 666 International. It's got the DT 436 in it. They originally came out with a 312. We had to extend the frame rails for it to the motor to fit in it. Got an A pump on it and 3 LM turbo.
Wow. You really know your stuff when you're talking about these tractors.
Yeah.
Well, hey, are you single? Do we need to tell the guys out there that is that a yes or a no? You're kind of going both directions there.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you're a gearhead out there, this young lady's single and knows her stuff when it comes to pulling tractors. That's right. Might be able to repair your tractor. So, how do you think you're going to do tonight?
I'm hoping to do half decent if it'll hold together.
If it'll hold together. Now, wait a minute. Who turns the wrenches on this?
Me, my dad, brother. That's about it.
Well, then it better hold together, right?
Yeah, I'd hope.
What's your biggest concern when you're out here? If something's going to break, what's going to break?
Head gasket. The tractor ain't firing, so bigger chance to blow a head gasket.
Okay. Well, we hope that doesn't happen tonight. You said before we were on the air here, you said that you were the class sponsor. Is that correct?
Yep.
And that's not going to get you any favors, is it?
Nope.
All right. Well, good luck tonight, Gabby. We hope you do well. We want to encourage everybody to come out and check it out tonight. The truck and tractor pull is happening at the Adams County Fair. Thursday, July 10th is the date. We're here. We need you to be here to hang out and watch all the truck and tractor pulls tonight at the Tom White Motorsports Complex. Again, these highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman.
Tick, tick, boom.
We've got another Adams County Fair highlight for you, brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar. We are at the putt-putt course here at the Adams County Fair. Donna and Gil do this every year, and they have been involved in the Adams County Fair as far as a vendor longer than anybody else on the fairgrounds. So this was started by their parents. We'll talk to Donna and Gil and see exactly what we can find out about the putt-putt golf. Donna, your parents started this, correct?
Yes, they did. They had the pony rides first, and then they bought this in 1985, and we've been doing it ever since. We ended the pony rides in 2005.
Okay, so only do the golf now. And, of course, you've been located, I do believe, different spots around the fairgrounds, correct, Gil?
Yes, it actually started out over behind the Merchants Building, and then we moved back over here after they cleared the field off back there because we had the ponies behind the grandstand for several years. And they moved everything back over here, moved the rides at that area. We come back over here and been here ever since.
So you guys are just going to keep doing this as long as you can, I hope, right? It's been 50 years.
We hope so, as long as our health holds up. But we rely on the young people in the family a lot.
Well, I was going to say, do you have a succession plan in place so that the putt-putt golf can keep going?
Well, it all depends on if my kids and grandkids want to keep it going or not. They help a lot, bring it in, help set it up. But we can run it after set up, but I need the help first. But like I said, after 59 years of doing this, it's getting harder. But I told them today over at the Fair Board, we're going to be here next year as long as the health holds out and we can still do it.
And I'm going to assume, looking at this $3 price, you're not setting the world on fire and making a bunch of money. You're here to do it because you want to, right?
Right. We're not making no money here, really, but we enjoy it. We enjoy coming to the fair, and it's just tradition. It gets in your blood. It's tradition. You do it for that.
And is this the only fair you do?
We do Highland County Fair as well in Hillsborough.
Okay, so just the two fairs.
Just the two fairs, that's all we do for the year. Otherwise, it's parked under the shed in the barn and it sits until the next year.
All right, well, we are going to have a little putt-off here as Caleb has found someone to putt against him in a competition. So, Caleb, if you want to run up here and join us, he's got to work off some of that food from all of the country cuisine with Caleb the connoisseur. So, Caleb, who have you got with you?
So I went out and found my contestant, Mr. Connor Young here. Connor is a North Adams graduate from last year, and he's actually going to Shawnee, right? Yep. Shawnee for golf. So I gave him the little advantage. I gave him the longer club. You know, I wanted to give him a little bit of advantage here, so I grabbed the shorter club. So we'll just see what happens. We're going to go closest to the pin here, and I'll just go ahead and put it in the hole for you guys. You know what? Let's let the guest of honor go first.
Oh, you're going to let Connor go first? All right. Yeah. So this is a closest to the hole, one putt. And by the way, what in the world made you think that you needed to give Connor an advantage?
I don't know, Ken. I don't have an answer.
I mean, my money's on Connor to begin with. So, all right, Connor, go ahead. Let's see what you can do. Gonna putt left-handed.
He's already wrong. He's lined up in the wrong hole.
Oh. Well, the first thing is, is getting it through there. Oh, he got it through. How'd it turn out? Oh, looks like about a foot away. Have you got a penny or something to mark that spot with?
This is easy.
Oh, you're gonna.
I'm just gonna put it in the hole.
You're gonna put it in the hole. All right. Not worried at all. I don't know. I don't know if you can even get it through the. Oh, you made it through. Yeah, that was way too hard. Well, it looks like Connor wins. So, Caleb, did you come up with a prize for Connor, or something that you have to do to? Well, you always embarrass yourself.
Yeah, I guess I can wear one of them goofy yellow and green shirts, I guess.
North Adams Green Devils?
Yeah, being the People's boy myself.
That would be a punishment since you're a People's boy.
You know what? We'll give Connor a free game. How about that?
All right, that sounds good. He could probably use the practice since he's, going to be playing competitively in college.
Yeah, he needs practice, not me.
All right. Thanks, Connor. Hope you all are enjoying these Adams County Fair highlights as we wind down the fair. Today's Friday. Not much time left. You got today and tomorrow. Be sure you make it out to the Adams County Fair. These highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. Welcome to another Adams County Fair highlight brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. I'm Ken Smith, and no, I'm not laying down on the job. Well, I guess I am laying down on the job, but we're working. We're underneath the tractor here with Kevin Shingleton, who is the current points leader in the Bluegrass Series. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Kevin is a little bit busy. We're kind of interrupting his day. He's down underneath here adjusting the clutch on this big pulling tractor, and it looks like it's quite a job. Kevin, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Run last weekend, had 2 hooks with 2 good tracks, and then the track we went to last night was a superb track in Wilmington, and just the better the dirt is, the more clutch slippage you use, so it just needed a little bit of maintaining and maintenance, and just trying to get everything ready for tonight, and then tomorrow night we go back to Mount Sterling, Kentucky. So just staying up on a little bit of preventive maintenance.
So this is actually your dad's tractor you're turning the wrenches on right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
And yours is this this green tractor, this John Deere up here in front of us. Is that right?
Yes, sir. The Kentucky Gambler. Yep.
And you guys, how long you been in the pulling business?
I guess this is probably my 20th year. 12 years with the Light Limited Super Stocks, and I wish I'd have done it 8 years previous.
So this is how you lose money. How do you make money?
You don't.
Well, I meant during the day. What's your line of work?
I got a sod farm in Georgetown, Lexington, Kentucky, AgriSod Sod Farms, and then also I run an excavating company, Shingleton Excavating, and Equestrian Arena Services. So we do all kinds of excavating, and we build horse and hunter and dressage arenas. And then we got a sod farm that we try to keep the ground covered with pretty grass.
Well, like I said, you got to make money somewhere, because any of these kinds of things, whether it's racing, truck pulling, all this fun stuff, it's never a way to make money. You're probably lucky if you can break even on your fuel bill with your winnings, right?
If you do well enough, you never make money. You can kind of, level it out to where it's not that big, but it always ends up costing you money.
How much longer you got left to go in the pulling season this year?
I think after this weekend, we're halfway through.
Halfway. That's what I figured. Probably about to that halfway point. Yeah. Well, Kevin, we don't want to take up too much of your time, but we wanted to show folks all the non-glamorous side. As you can see, Kevin's hands are just a little bit on the dirty side. It's not very glamorous, but it sure is a whole lot of fun, turning wrenches, working on tractors, and doing some pulling. Come on out tonight to the Adams County Fair. This is the Friday edition of Fair Highlights, so July 11th is today. We want to get you out here at the Adams County Fair tonight to watch the Bluegrass Series, correct?
Battle of the Bluegrass, yes.
Battle of the Bluegrass Series, truck and tractor pull tonight at the Adams County Fair. This Adams County Fair highlight brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. Welcome to another Adams County Fair highlight. This one is going to be about one of the best kept secrets of the Adams County Fair, and that is Shade Tree Park. By the way, these highlights brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman. So, Shade Tree Park, once again, one of the best kept secrets at the Adams County Fair. It's a great place to come hang out. It's behind the beef barn and the hog barn, kind of on the outskirts of the fair. And, of course, there's a whole lot of cool shade trees. There are things for kids to do. You've got the swing set. They have, instead of a sandbox, they have a corn box. And Gaga Ball, the kids are over here playing Gaga Ball. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on. And one of those cool things would be the recycling center, the Green Machine from Adams Brown Recycling. And they've got this really cool bur oak tree cookie, which is a slice of a tree, and it shows you different points in time of the rings of the tree. And, of course, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon, the year I was born. And 1969 comes up to right here. This tree was killed by Mother Nature struck by lightning in 2007. So it was not cut down for this purpose. It was killed by a lightning strike. And let's get a little public service announcement in here. You know, of course, we'd like to encourage folks not to vape at all, but if you do, recycle. Recycle your used vapes. You can do that right here in the green machine on the Adams County Fairgrounds. It's just another one of the Adams County Fair highlights. Brought to you by Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman.
I'd really like to thank Crave Dairy Bar in Seaman for sponsoring all of our Adams County Fair highlights all week long. We're going to leave you with something that's really kind of a sneak peek for next year rather than a highlight, and that's the new road that's going to be leading into the Adams County Fair. We're going to show you what it looks like. Thanks again to Crave Dairy Bar for sponsoring all of these highlights. We hope you enjoyed the fair. We'll see you next year at the 135th Adams County Fair.